Good morning. So nice to see all of you. My name is Sean, and I'm a longtime game developer, and it's just so wonderful to be here with you today. Thanks for taking a moment out. I'm going to share a little bit of wisdom today about the art of listening, and I'm going to ask you to turn your ears up and some of your devices down, if possible. Can we get a quick round of applause for everyone in the Seattle Indies group who made this event possible? It's an awesome event. So glad to be part of the community. You've probably heard many of these excuses before. You probably said a few of them. I know I have. It's not ready. They won't get it yet. We already know what's wrong. These are things we say to ourselves as we're building something and we're reluctant to share with other folks. What we're really saying is we're not ready to be judged. A creative act that we participate in every day is a very vulnerable one. We put ourselves into everything that we do, and feedback can often feel like judgment. But the fear of sharing our work, especially in the earliest days, is what holds us back from creating great experiences. And waiting just delays the inevitable moment when we finally realize what we've been missing in our bubble as a creator. Most projects I've been on look like this. We start inspired, we have a killer concept, we begin prototyping, but before long, we're deep in the weeds. In the middle scribbly section, welcome to iteration hell. It's messy, it's confusing, we're not always sure what's working and what's not. But in my estimation, this is really where magic can start to happen if we engage with a play community and develop a practice of listening intently to how they're experiencing our work. Developing an ability to take that feedback in as a muscle, and it needs to be practiced, especially as an individual creator. If you're with a team, it's about creating a culture of understanding and awareness and being able to take that feedback in successfully. And my belief is that feedback can be a compass for you, and especially if you can build that habit early. This is a bit of a mental model that we often use. One of the things that's really important is to understand that at the center of this is you as the creator. Ultimately, you have the responsibility to make the decisions about how this experience is going to unfold. And the closer to the core, the safer the feedback is. Most teams that we talk with and know, and even ourselves, spend a lot of time in the juicy center, you and your team, forming the basis of a belief system around what you're doing. Most teams fail to continue to move out from the core, and they wait, not leaving those inner rings until it's far too late. And by then, it's too risky and too costly to make course corrections. Today, we're not just building games. We're building up a community of believers. And to do that requires building trust and respect with a group of people outside of your development team. And the reality is, everything is moving much faster. Audiences are more diverse, tastes are shifting every month, and unfortunately, competition is everywhere. So unless you are one of the lucky ones, like our esteemed speaker, Eric, earlier, most of us can't afford to disappear for years, only to release something and hope that it lands. And so what we're finding is great teams are building in the open. They're iterating fast, and they're sharing their work early and often. I personally first started to learn about the deeper power of listening while working on a really special game called Never Alone. It's a game we created with an Alaska Native group of storytellers and elders. And the project taught us that it wasn't just about feedback and iteration. It was about building respect and trust from a community. We listened and we adjusted, not just to improve the game, but to honor the worldview being shared with us. And that experience changed how we think about and approach game dev. It proved to us that no matter what kind of experience you're building, listening isn't extra. It's essential. And we're seeing now that great game dev teams, no matter what kind of game you're building, can build significant momentum with their own play communities by actively engaging with them. I want to be very clear. Listening doesn't mean surrendering creative control. It's about tuning into signal and learning how to filter out the signal from the noise. You're still the one steering the ship, but you're no longer working in a vacuum. It's a mindset shift, but feedback doesn't have to be a threat. It can be a transmission. And so my advice is that the moment it starts to feel uncomfortable to share your work with others, that's exactly when you should. Discomfort is a sign that you're growing. It's a signal that you've stepped out of your bubble and into something real. And again, listening doesn't dilute your creative authority. It can amplify your vision. And when you do, you build trust, clarity, momentum, and a community that won't just play your game, but they'll believe in you and the work that you're building. If this is interesting, you want to share more stories and learn more, feel free to reach out. I'm Sean, and thanks so much for your time.